welcome back to today. We're doing another Boruto video. I'm going to rank the best Boruto characters, and the one I'm going to go off is ones that didn't get nerfed so heavily that it's a completely different character that's way worse. And also, I'm trying to focus more on new characters, not as much as old characters, unless they had a big change or they stayed the same, which was a good choice. So the first one is going to be Shukaku, the One Tail. For some reason, you didn't really care about him in Naruto Shippuden, or even Naruto. Like, you just didn't care at all. But when you got to Boruto, you actually understood him a lot more, even though they didn't show him that much. And I think he was better portrayed in Boruto than he was in Shippuden. I say that about all tail beasts, but him especially, because in Shippuden, after they made it seem like it's really hard to catch a tail beast, and then at the end they're like, no, it's super easy. It's just a tad bit annoying. But yeah, I think he's one of the better characters. They more reformed and made better. I like him a lot, especially in Boruto. Also is Might Guy. Might Guy is just a different beast again. He just faced off against another opponent using taijutsu, and with one leg he still was able to beat him. And that says something about his skill, even if he isn't like a ninja still. And they didn't really do anything to him, which I like, because a lot of characters, they A, made them get married, B, made their hairstyles change a lot, or change their characters so much that no one likes it. But they didn't do that with Might Guy, and that was honestly the best choice. Just leave him how he was definitely one of the better things they've done, and I definitely like him now. And honestly, I think I like him better. Yeah, I like him better now in Boruto, because I think him being a mentor is definitely better than the old one we had in Shippuden. Because the old one Shippuden was a little crazy and all that. This one's more refined. So I like him better too. And I think most of you guys would agree with me on that one. After Might Guy is Shikamaru. See, the thing with him is they didn't really nerf him, but at the same time they didn't buff him. All they did was make him get married. Even though his marriage is a little weird, you're like, okay, I guess they ended up together. You'll at least feel happy for him, because he's such a cool character with his intellect, and same with his son. But unlike his son, he knows the suffering of losing everyone. And he also is honestly one of the better characters in Boruto as a whole, thinking about the village instead of a person. Because everyone in Boruto is like, we have to fight because I don't want that one guy to die. And he's over there like, no, the village comes first. And he's like that throughout the whole thing. Every little issue he thinks about the village. And I think he would make a good Hokage, except for that you can't be all about the village. You have to think about others. But yeah, they definitely had a lot on this character, making him more smarter and care more about the village. And he's probably one of the better older characters that got refined. And after Shikamaru would probably be Suigetsu. Now this one's probably shocking to a few of you, but I think this character is slept on a lot. A lot. He's very powerful. Yeah, everyone doesn't think he is. He is one of, if not the most powerful characters in terms of, trying to kill them. Because he can turn in the water. It's very powerful. If you know his weakness beforehand, you could prepare. But otherwise, if you just go in not knowing that lightning style nullifies him, you could probably die to him quite easily. He's a master swordsman. He was going to fight the tailless tail beast. I mean, that kind of says something, doesn't it? He wasn't afraid of that at all. He's also a little cocky in that, but in this one he gets more refined it too. Gets less cocky. And it really shows how lightning nullifies him, but it doesn't make him useless. Because at the beginning everyone's like, oh, the lightning makes him so weak. And then in Boruto, they kind of make it like, no, lightning just nullifies his powers. I still think that he's super slept on, but he's at least shown more, and he's better shown in Boruto than he was in Shippuden. I don't know the screen times of it, but I wouldn't be surprised Boruto he has more screen time. Just because he's an amazing character. After him will be Konohamaru. Konohamaru had a lot of potential, but they just didn't do anything with him, and that's what sucks. Like, he could have been so cool. They could have skipped him doing the Sage Mode training and just had him master Sage Mode, and that would have been much better. Like, they could have shown it in like a later episode, him training with Naruto to get Sage Mode. But him without Sage Mode is really like, he really wants to be Hokage, but if he did, he'd be the weakest one by far, not even close to any of the others. I mean, I don't know if they're going to make him stronger. I don't know if they're trying to make Master Sage Mode, but it feels like if he was, he would have done that earlier. I feel like they slept on this character a lot, but compared to how he was in Boruto, compared to how he was in Naruto, he's 10 times better. Like, he's absolutely way better than he was in Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. Because both of those, they made him sound like an entitled kid who didn't want to be entitled, but at the same time wanted to be entitled. It was really annoying, very confusing. Because sometimes you're like, oh my goodness, he's just being an entitled kid. And then other times you're like, well, he's not that bad. It's just a little confusing, but he's definitely weaker than he should be, but he's still absolutely amazing. And after Konohamaru is Sadara. She's honestly an amazing character. I don't know why everyone hates her. Yeah, the glasses make absolutely no sense with the Uchiha clan at all. Like, not even a little bit of sense. But I like the style of her. Her style is pretty good. Like, I like the Sharingan that she had to master it from 1 to 2, and then 2 to 3. And I think that taking Sadara's Sharingan slow is actually way better than if they were just give her the third one instantly. I'm still not sure how the character will progress, because she could be one of the best characters in the whole show, but I feel like they keep nerfing her and making the Sharingan seem like just a child's play trick, and it's not. Like, she should absolutely be able to beat everyone in her class, without a doubt. But make it seem like she's just on par with everyone, and that's what she was before she got it. So it's like, they make it seem like it's basically just a special eye, and it has no actual power. And it's very annoying in that sense, but I have a feeling they're going to buff her later on, just as they buff Boruto to insane levels. I mean, Boruto shouldn't be close to the amount of power he has. Mitsuki is also one of the better characters in Boruto. I mean, he's absolutely amazing, because you absolutely understand, like, his character almost from the get-go, and you understand that he's Orochimaru's son from the get-go, just because you know who it'd be him or no one else. And just the way how they made it seem, like, he has his friendly style, and then he has his snake style, using his snake jutsu and all that, and then he has his sage mode that he really shouldn't use, because it's so bad for him at his current power level. And I think them doing that is actually really good, because it shows that Orochimaru is at least planning for the future with him. Whereas with everyone else, it seems like they're just trying to level up on their own, with their parents not really helping too much. Sasuke helped a little, but they also nursed Sasuke, so you're like, eh. But yeah, Mitsuki is he's probably my favorite character on the show, or close to it. It's between this one and number 1, and I don't know who I'd really prefer, but Mitsuki is definitely one of the best new characters they added, with the exact same powers. Like, think about that for a moment. He has the exact same powers as Orochimaru, and yet you like him a lot better. I mean, they added the same character, but just changed his style, and everyone likes it. That's pretty hard to do, and pretty amazing too. And my number one character, with the best character in Boruto, in my opinion, is Inojin. Inojin's just absolutely amazing because he has two very powerful jutsu that he inherited, and it actually makes sense they could use them both equally effectively. And beyond that, they actually show him struggling with all the jutsu he learns. Like, you watch him and you're like, oh, you do it quite easily, alright. Then later you see him struggling and you start to understand why no one else really uses jutsu, because it's a lot harder to do. And the way they portray Sai into this is also amazing. Him trying to be a loving father, but having no idea what that is. And then trying to teach them both how to be the best of themselves. It's very nice, and I absolutely love it. This character is absolutely my favorite. There's only one other character I think I'd like more, but he's not in Boruto that much. But if you guys want to know who it is, you can just comment down below. But anyway, please like, subscribe, comment down your own thoughts, and I'll see all you guys in the next one.